Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sandman Podcast. I am your host, Brian W. Tosh, joined as always by our resident hack checker, Oliver Fullington.
Yo.
Our producer and co-host, El Hilo del Hack, Tyler Fullington.
Loser.
And the man whose stories got stories, the hardcore icon. He's got 99 problems, but bananas ain't one. The Sandman Hack. Yeah. How the hell is it going today? EC Dub! EC Dub! EC Dub! EC Dub!
Wow. 6 in South, baby, Philadelphia, December 21st. I'm at my boy Mike's store. What a lovely afternoon it is.
Beautiful, beautiful. And we just dropped probably, I'm going to say, the greatest Sandman t-shirt of all time. If there's any stock left, check out the website. It's moving fast, and it is a gorgeous tee. Yes, sir. That's right.
Dude, it's not just the best Sandman. Dude, that shirt, even if it wasn't me and somebody put that out, I'd be like, God damn, that looks good.
Yeah,
seriously.
Yeah,
it's different. Go. There's nobody else has that shit out.
It's our best shirt ever of all of our shops.
Wow.
Hell yeah. That's the one.
That's a shoot. That's a shoot, brother.
Yes. Best thing.
Beautiful. Beautiful shirt. Beautiful shirt. And I can't. What is he saying over there? What is he whispering to you, Ty?
I don't know.
he's already
fifth.
Yeah. Okay. Pleading the fifth there. Hack.
Get kayfabe, Ty.
What a great occasion. It's so wonderful to be doing a show in front of people. Usually we're just sitting around in Hack's living room, but we get to.
Dude, we're so lucky to be here. I was telling Ty this week that I heard about the store and were we leaving WrestleMania or whatever it was?
Yeah, it was WrestleMania weekend. We were checking out the convention, and I just so happened to mention that, SVW store that I had been wanting to check it out, and it's probably a good time for us to pop in. Hack being who he is, and I already wanted to check it out because I had heard so many good things, and we just come in here and
it was on our way home, kind of.
Yeah, drop in, drop out, and, Hack loved the store immediately, even though he was only there for 30 seconds, and met some good people, the guys who run the store, Chris, and whoever else was here at the time. But
you should have seen her. Was it Chris's face when we walked in? It was just like
Chris up at the front.
We were filming that day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts it was awesome.
Yeah, and
the store is based off of you, so Jesus.
Ever since then, we've had a pretty good partnership, and hopefully, things moving forward. And
it's going great. Obviously, we're here.
Yeah,
that's right.
So.
Suplex Vintage Wrestling. It is a one-of-a-kind store. If you love pro wrestling, if you're ever in the tri-state area or in Philadelphia for whatever reason, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't get down here because they have one-of-a-kind merchandise, action figures, belts, T-shirts, everything that you could want.
Dude, you can come in here for one thing, and there's like 10 others. You forget about the thing you even came in for, and you're like, "Oh my God, this is great! Oh my God, this is great!"
Every time I'm in here, I'm finding something new that I'm just like, "Holy shit! They got this, they got that, they got that." So yeah, it's a good time.
And not just that too, but everybody in the store, all the employees in the store, whether it's J.A. or Gunky or Roman. Pedro's a fan favorite here, but all the guys in the store absolutely love pro wrestling. So it's a real love letter to pro wrestling, the storefront. So get your ass down here. And they got the location in Orlando, Florida, too. So if you're ever in the Florida region down at NXT or taking a trip to Disney, take the family to Suplex Vintage Wrestling in Orlando as well. We're here today, though. It's our favorite segment that we do every single week on the podcast. It's our listener question segment. You guys can send in listener questions to sandmanpod@gmail.com. But since we're here in public today with everybody, we want to give the fans out there, the podcast, an opportunity to ask Hack anything. The only thing Hack asks for with our listener question segment is that you leave your name and a town, because Hack loves talking about different towns where people are from. Right, Hack? I mean,
Yeah, it's important. People, like I said, people perspective from Ottumwa, Iowa, to person in say San Jose, California, have a different perspective on just life in general. So that's kind of, it's like, what's your rent? How much do you pay for rent? You know what I'm saying? I want to get to know, and because that always helped me connect with the crowd is by asking questions about them.
Yeah. So we're going to kick it off here with the crowd questions. I don't know who's first up. Who wants the mic first? Is it? Well, hold on. We got a taker here. So hold on. Do you got it?
Takers here?
Oh no!
Big surprise.
Man.
I didn't hear no music.
What's your name, man?
Oh, my name is Jerome.
Nice to
Jerome.
meet you,
Hi,
Jerome.
Oh,
You're a Philly boy, right?
yes.
Okay.
May I ask like 3 questions? Like,
Go ahead, man.
All right. So,
All right, you do, but ask them one at a time, please, because we'll just be reiterating.
all right. The first question is a common question. How do you feel about having the most iconic entrance ever?
Oh, dude, you're proud of that. I mean, you're like totally proud of that. It's like, what can I do that nobody else has done before? 1, come out from the crowd. 2, smoke a cigarette. 3, fucking drink a beer. 4, bash the can and get your head and bleed before you get into the ring. Those are a lot of big things that help catapult me from, well, and the song too. The song helped a lot. You know what I mean? Because I was coming in '95 before this kid Eric turned me on to that song. Because I was like I'm a Led Zeppelin like rock, like a '70s rock guy. You know what I mean? I wasn't like a '94 fucking Seattle like sound kind of person. So I didn't even really know about the song because I never heard it. Because I didn't listen to those radio stations. But once he played it, I was like, man, this is gonna help. You know what I mean? So it was a combination of like 5 things that get you there.
When you said the entrance through the crowd was happenstance the first time, right?
Yeah, I was out at the strip club with Miss.
Of course.
Was it with Missy? Yeah, well, because in Queens, I love that building. Now, besides ECW Arena, that building was the greatest to work in. But me and Missy were in the strip club, and they were playing my music. And freaking somebody came running over saying, "Yo, Hack, your music's playing." I'm like, "All right, well, let's go." And it was just because it was just easier to go in through the front door than the back door, the way the building was set up compared to where the exit of the strip club was.
And the entrance through the crowd started
Yeah. Well, there you go.
from a strip club.
Straight happenstance.
And my second.
Hold the mic, brother.
Oh, all right. And the second question. That's that segment with Vince McMahon where you pretty much ignored him and pretty much came back and tried to get your attention.
Is this the one that you were just
That we just put up on Instagram.
Yeah, and reading the newspaper or something like that.
Yeah. So. So, what were your thoughts? Like, was that planned, or was that like what were your?
Dude,
what going through your
we
head?
did not talk about it before. It was like we knew we were going to do something, and they're just like stand here and it was like the producers treated us guys differently than they treated like WWE guys there. Because WWE guys there would have had a boss for that segment, you know what I mean? And they would have been telling you how it's going to go and this and that, you know what I mean? But Vince knew that the way that we were is that we would be cool and better than trying to like script something. And think about it. Does Vince really want to spend scripting like because he was rolling from one of us to another guy, you know what I mean? Does Vince want to spend a half hour on that bullshit? Or is he just going to trust us and our characters right then?
It was a great segment, though. Like, that was
I know,
really
Mr.
funny.
Sandman.
Yeah, he's singing the song to you and everything.
And you just go off the
Oh,
cuff.
dude, I wanted to pop so huge when he did that, but I can't. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I was back in them days too. Newspapers were a real thing, right there. You know what I mean?
Close.
Like
It was
now.
close. It
You
was
didn't always
close.
have a computer in your
Oh wait, it was close.
Yeah. I mean, they were on the way out, but still, I would get a USA Today every day when I went into an airport. You know what I mean?
And it's kind of like how you handled your WWE run a lot of times from what you've told us, where you didn't really like hanging in locker rooms. You'd pick somewhere, go to quiet to hide, and you'd read a newspaper.
Dude, first I would literally, I swear to God, every single, once they changed me to Raw, I fucking hated life so bad. So, and because there was, dude, every Monday, there's literally 100 different talent that they bring in there. They use 30 of them. But they fly in 100 different people. And all they are, like, busy beavers and, like, lying to each other and stuff like that. Dude, I would get them because I was still smoking out of a tinfoil pipe right then.
Tinny.
Swear to God.
That's a
So
shoot.
I would travel. In 2008, I would travel with pot in my front right pocket. And I would travel with tinfoil that I had folded up in squares in my backpack. And actually...
Don't open that now, Axe.
Same fucking backpack. I've had this backpack since like 2005.
All right, Dora.
Yeah. So
Backpack.
as soon as you hit the ground, or even before you hit the ground, you could go make your pipe in the bathroom. Like you'd have a lighter back then, and then you would roll the tip foil around the lighter, and then bend it on a 90-degree angle, and then seal the edges, fill it up with dope. So as soon as you left the airport, you could take a hit.
If you ever wanted to,
wasn't like
make
this-
a pipe out of tinfoil.
Yeah, it wasn't like this shit now where I hit this on the airplane. Dude, I swear to God. I swear to God, I've hit this thing on an airplane at least 100 times. Because if you're taking a long flight, you want to be on the aisle seat. But if you're taking a short flight, you want to be on the window seat, even though you could be a little bit cramped, especially if there's a person as fat as Tosh in the middle seat. Because then you're fucked. But they help shield you because you got your shit in front of you right there in the window. You act like you're going to pick up a magazine or whatever, and you're like, and then you get your snot rag and you hold it over your mouth. And you blow your head into your fucking snot rag, dude.
There you go.
Multi-use snot rag? Yeah.
There you go. That's how you hit a pen on an airplane.
Pens are the greatest thing I've ever done.
How to get on the no-fly list.
Wheel is nothing compared
Right
to
there.
The wheel.
Wheel is nothing.
Benjamin Franklin, who?
Did that answer your one? Did that answer your question at all? Right there.
I mean, I had one more, but that definitely answered my second one. But so my last one, how do you feel about the lineage of the ECW championship?
I don't know about like lineage. Like, are you talking about all the guys that have held the title and I've had it more than any of the rest of them? Oh, that's good shit.
Yes.
You don't have no idea how much that burns Shane
Humble
Douglas's ass every day. Straight shoot with that.
No, wait, that really bothers Shane still?
Oh, has to.
That eats away at him. That
So-
you have the
Of course.
record.
What do you think?
I'll
about-
never admit it.
Okay.
So you've had it the most. I mean, obviously you've never really wanted it, and
I had
needed
it by
but-
accident, the most seriously straight fucking accident. My first time, I got it off of Don Morocco because Don was going back to Hawaii to do something. Todd just got a hold of the company, so I had a match against Don Morocco and I beat him. That was the first time. I don't know about the second, third, fourth, fifth. I know about the fifth because of the Rhino thing, the three-way dance or whatever. But I got it because Shane was going to the WWE. I got it another time because I was supposed to lose it to Mike Awesome, but Paul didn't want me to lose it to to Stone Cold. So, but Paulie didn't want me to lose to Stone Cold, so he put me in a three-way with me, him, and Mikey. So it was like Mikey beats me, Stone Cold beats him, but then I have to get the belt back because, oh darn, Stone Cold just signed with WWE. So I wasn't supposed to get that like fourth title or whatever, you know what I mean? The third one was because Shane was leaving, you know what I mean? But Paulie knew he could put it on me and be safe. I wasn't going anywhere. And that's probably what the real bottom line was.
Yeah, that's really awesome stuff right there. And then you also got it a couple times because you said Raven had to go to rehab, I remember.
Oh, yeah, that would have been the second one.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there you go.
dude,
That's
it's like
ECW
nuts.
for you, man.
It's
that's
like nuts.
That's ECW. Thank you for the questions, man.
Yeah,
That's
good
great
questions,
questions,
for
man.
sure.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, hold on. That was a great question. I got something for you.
Oh, okay. It's a hacker clause right here.
Hey, that's a Sandman
Murray
beer koozie.
Murray Hackmas. Murray
I'm actually
Hackmas.
surprised that throw was as good as it was.
Yeah. Here we go. Awesome. What's your name, man?
My name is Tion, and I'm also from Philly as well.
Tion, nice to meet you. Where at in the city are you from?
I'm from West Philly.
Okay.
All right,
Awesome.
Wes.
So I do have two questions for you. So I know that there's been a lot of weapons used within wrestling history and everything, but what made you chose the kendo stick, and what made the kendo stick be your weapon of choice?
Okay, so politics. This was total, not wrestling politics, world politics. So there was a kid called Michael Fay that his dad was military, and the United States has literally, you people might not know this, but we have 700 different military installations all over the planet in other different countries. He just happened to be in one in Thailand with his dad. Got in with the wrong kids at this private school, and they spray painted some cars. So, but in Thailand, dude, it's like martial fucking law right there. You know what I mean? You get caught doing it. You know, it's kind of like in Italy when you're young, you could get your finger taken, the edge of your finger taken off. In Japan, in the Yakuza, shit like that happens. You know what I mean? So, what was the question? Oh, yeah. Okay, so this kid, Michael Fay's supposed to get caned like 7 or 8 times with this kendo stick. And the kendo stick then is like a piece of cherry wood, which cherry's hard, and it had like some like vine thorns around it or something like that. And every time you get hit, it makes you bleed. So I happened to, this is another time, fucking just lucky as shit. So I literally lived 20 minutes away. Yeah. Well, let's make it right and take that thing off, kid.
Wow. Burying Mike.
Okay, so Paul was doing the show in Paoli, Pennsylvania right now. I'm sure people know where Paoli is.
Paoli.
I'm living in Newtown Square. And the show was, and they were putting the show together that Sunday night. Todd calls me up and he says, "Paulie needs you to go to Paoli right away. He's got this good shit for you." Of course, I'm right in my van, bang, right up there. Paulie meets me outside. I think somebody was cutting a promo inside. It might have even been Eddie Gilbert or something like that. Paul meets me outside. He goes, "You know about the kid in Thailand?" Because he knew I was up on politics and shit like that. I'm like, "Yeah." I told him the story. He goes, "Well, you're going to come to the ring with a cane. I want you to cut a promo." I'm like, "Paul, I don't have a cane." He like looks around. There was a freaking tree, like maybe like a 15-foot high tree, like 10 feet from us. Went up, grabbed the branch, pulled it off, took the twigs off of it, and gave it to me. He said, "Find some tape to put around this," or something like that. We found some black tape, and I cut my first promo.
That's ECW.
That's how I got the cane. And then this version of it, I'm like, I'm not going to the ring with a freaking tree branch. You know what I'm saying? So I remember seeing Tojo Yamamoto bring one of these things to the ring back in the 70s. And then that's how that whole thing transpired.
There you go. Where did it come from, though, Hack? The canes, when you first got them. Remember when you bought them?
Yeah, I got it. Dude, I'm at 10th or 12th in Market at that AWMA like karate store or whatever. They at 10th, Whamma or something like that. I don't know what it was. Well, yeah, I got them not too far from here.
Okay, awesome. You got any other questions?
Yeah. So,
Yeah, he's got
also,
Yeah.
loving the hat, December to Dismember type vibe right there.
Wow, December to December.
Right, the real bar
That's
one.
real bar.
Can I tell you something too?
Yeah.
In Hack's house, he doesn't have a ton of wrestling memorabilia throughout the house, but one thing he does have right there in his living room is the December to Dismember pay-per-view poster right
And
there.
it's 1 of 1.
Because it's
1 of 1.
No, it's not just a poster. Every time that you're the lead guy on a pay-per-view, you know what I mean? How some guys are like, it's his pay-per-view, it's his face. It was me, so they send you one in a frame. You know what I mean? It's not just a poster.
It's
you know
probably
what I mean? It's
like a 3 foot by 2 foot, 3 by 3
framed.
or whatever.
20 by 50, something
Yeah,
like that.
frame poster 1 of 1.
That poster is hard as fuck.
it is. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, it
Way
goes
better than
hard.
the pay-per-view.
Too bad there was only 19 people that bought the pay-per-view. No, but they put no money into that pay-per-view whatsoever. That pay-per-view was set up for people because Paul and Vince have been doing business for a long time. Vince was paying the bills in our company in 1995 that we ended up learning later through lawsuits and stuff like that. So you got to understand, like the Bruce Pritchards and guys of that ilk that have had power there for that long. Paul Heyman all of a sudden comes in. They know that Vince has been putting Paul up. You know what I mean? And that's why Vince has been using us in those like the time in Philly when I spit it Savio, and then they brought us up to the Raw taping where Sabu jumps off of the Raw sign and stuff like
Almost
that.
got paralyzed.
So all those guys knew that. So it was a big setup by those guys that had been there for much longer to make sure that no money got put into that pay-per-view, so Paul failed. It was straight set up to fail.
I believe it. Do you have another question?
You got to understand, there's a lot of power. You have no idea how much money's involved in those jobs. You got like 10 people that are probably making like close to $1 million a year or so. They've been there forever, dude. You want Paul Heyman coming and taking your fucking job? No, you're all going to get in cahoots to try and fuck him.
I was going to say, look who's on top now,
You
right?
better fucking believe it, dude. They tried.
What else do you have as a question?
All right. So, me growing up as a wrestling fan, I have been watching pay-per-views in and out and also watching like the classic pay-per-views as well. So, I would say would be what has been like your favorite pay-per-view that you ever performed in?
That you remember.
Well, get the
I would have. It's hard for me because I don't know which matches are pay-per-view matches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Barely Legal. The first.
What did I do there?
It was you, Terry, and Stevie, 3-way.
ECW's first paper.
Oh, I killed it that match. I swear to God, if you go back, dude, I was so confident that night. I had one of the best matches of my life.
No, but to credit one thing to you that you just said, like, don't know what's a pay-per-view and what's anything else. It's like...
It never mattered.
Dude, I'm going out there to steal the fucking show.
Doesn't
That
matter.
was my attitude. And I would say it to everybody that I went out there with. I'm like, let's go steal this fucking show, dude.
Well, and it's like we said when you first got to WWE and, you know, you were in the back with Miz and Miz, you know, was trying to a little punk you a little bit and said, you know this is live, right? As in, like, he's never worked live. And he goes, everything I do is live. I'm in front of an audience.
Dude, there's live. You watch Monday night, it's not live. It's 7-second delay or whatever the hell they want their delay. But then there's a live that it's so like stupid, like technical bullshit that means nothing. I mean, it really is. You're never out there live pay-per-view. You're live. Monday night, maybe now they are, but back then nobody was ever live.
Right. But it's just like you said. I mean, favorite pay-per-view.
I don't know. You'd have to give me a list so I could go through it. I mean, because there's shit that I will miss. You know what I mean?
One night stand main event.
Yeah,
maybe in November to remember.
You and Dreamer versus the Dudleys. I mean, that's a great.
When you guys came back for Vince, the one night stand.
Yeah, but that can't be like the best for me because there's too many people
Well,
involved.
not the best.
There was
just
like 20
necessarily
people involved in that.
Did you have anything like you?
Well, I don't know. I would have to go with my very first then.
Yeah,
so barely legal.
Yeah, maybe there's a November to Remember in there, like me and Sabu, ladders, tables, chairs, or something. That was really good. But I have to go with the first one because, dude, everybody else was so queered that night in the locker room because we're in the ECW locker room and it's a big ass fucking room. Nobody had like sitting on the stars weren't in like another room that nobody ever saw you. It was like a big ass circle. Yep. And just people were different that night because it was a pay-per-view, you know what I mean? But I was just like, let's go.
Show's the show.
I'm out there with Stevie Richards, who's great. And I'm out there with Terry Funk, who's one of the greatest ever. You can't fail. You just can't.
So, Heck, when you started your wrestling career and as that pay-per-view grew in the 90s, did you ever like think to yourself like, yeah, I could see myself ending up on pay-per-view one day? Was that ever like a goal of yours? Or did you think that was possible? Or...
Well, yeah, but only once it was presented to me. You know what I mean? If I would have grown up in another like Oklahoma or something that didn't have like a territory right there, like there was a Tri-State Wrestling Alliance and then ECW, you know what I mean? It would have been, but no, it was. I wanted to be a professional wrestler, and that was it. I never saw myself as a kid as being a champion. I just wanted to be a pro wrestler. And that was even all the way still up and probably until like a year before when the whispers were starting about our pay-per-view. Because you got to understand, back then I'm still watching. I'm a mark, dude. I'm a mark like all you guys, dude. I'm buying the pay-per-views. I'm watching every single fucking one of WWE's fucking pay-per-views then. And yes, I want to be on pay-per-view at that point.
Well, that's awesome. Do you have any other questions, brother? Anything else? Okay, cool.
We'll
Thank
probably
you, man.
come around with another one. If you guys think of anything else, keep coming.
How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Chris
Where you
from
from,
South
Chris?
Philly.
Awesome.
All
man.
right, Chris.
2 questions. One, you've worked with Paul Heyman, and a lot has been said about his management style and rumors that he didn't pay and didn't communicate. And then you also worked at WWE, and lots have been said about Vince's management style. How would you compare working for the two, and who was the hardest to work for?
Well, obviously Vince was the hardest to work for because Paul was somebody that you could be like, "Yo, Paul, what up?" You know what I mean? You're not walking up to Vince McMahon anywhere during the day, be just, "Yo, Vinny, what up?" You know, the access alone right there. You know what I mean? And it was a family. ECW was a family, dude. Guys that would come into our locker room, like the Furnaces, the Fonz, even when Ron Simmons was there, everybody's like, "Damn, this locker room's different." Like Ron would say, it was like the 70s in Tampa. You know what I mean? When Kevin Sullivan was running shit like that.
Damn.
People would just come into our locker room and be just amazed, like, because dude, we're on the up and come right here. You know what I mean? We're like a 3-year-old getting ready to run in the fucking what's the most prestigious horse race?
Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, we're like, we're getting ready to run, dude. We're like the hottest thing on the fucking planet, and people will come in and be like, "God damn, they didn't expect the kind of locker room that we had." And what was the question?
Just how did you compare them to the
Well, there wasn't any comparison. Like, I never talked to Vince. I mean, I did that one interview thing, and that's not really talking to Vince. You know what I mean? Talking to him's like when the cameras aren't on. What I literally the most single conversation that we had was I was yelling during my promos, and he was watching, and I got done, and he goes, "Dude, stop yelling. They'll listen. Believe me."
Wow.
That was the biggest off the cuff thing that Vince ever said.
I mean, and to put that like into perspective, the whole like ECW locker room thing, I was super young at that point, and for me, I was only one of the other kids in the locker room. Myself, Chris Benoit's son, and later on in ECW, like Steve Carino's son, were also there. But there wasn't
And your
much-
sister.
What's that?
And your sister.
Kelly.
Well, yeah. I'm talking about me and like other wrestlers or whatever. But as far as that, like those guys there, like whatever they portrayed on television and ECW in this, like they were like my uncles, older brothers, uncles, like best friend. Like they treated me awesome. Everything. I was everybody's little son.
Atlas Security knew. They all knew to watch out. This kid could be anywhere in the building at any fucking time.
But that's just like New Jack, Mustafa, all those like the Dudleys, Axelrod, Ian Rotten, whatever. Like they were looking after me. Those are just the type of guys that they were in that company. Like they portrayed very differently like on television, but that just shows like how good that locker room was, like looking after young kids and stuff that's not even their own. So that's like the family oriented stuff that was going on during that time.
Yeah, there was a lot of broken people in that locker room, but honestly, in the whole wrestling business, there's a lot of broken people in this business.
Yeah,
there really just
To
is,
your question,
at
though,
every level.
To your question, though, Chris Hack, do you think if like you were somebody maybe like a Rob Van Dam, like a higher talent on the card, like Vince gave time, like more of a time.
Did you hear that? He said RVD was better. Yeah,
No,
did you
I'm
hear
not
that?
insulting the
Did
guy.
you
It's
hear
what it
that?
is. I'm not burying him.
So quick right now to bury his ass.
No. I'm
love
just saying.
Rob.
Do you think he gave him more of like a one-on-one time? Kind
He
of like,
should have. Well, put it this way: he was grooming Rob to beat his up and coming dude, Cena.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So of course he's going to put more time into him.
Right.
And Rob deserved it more than me anyway because of my product and his product.
Right. No,
Well,
that
he
makes
was
sense.
obviously more. I mean, he's
Talented.
well, yeah, not only more talented but more marketable, probably in
Right,
his.
that's
in
what I'm
his,
saying.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
his version of WWE, stuff like that.
Yeah, and he's not putting the belt on me. But if you're gonna come in and beat this new kid Cena, then I'm shooting a rocket ship up his ass.
Well, you had your chance against a Big Show. You were, yeah.
But about things like you said too, Chris, about the finances of ECW and the pay and everything. WWE's pay always on time, right? Hack, always great. I mean,
Well, yeah, but I was one of the guys that never had a problem with my pay because there was literally like two levels. It was like probably like me, Sabu, Dreamer, Taz, freaking, and somebody else that I'm missing.
Van Dam.
We're making like $3,500 a week then, and everybody else is like making like 500 maybe or something like that. You know what I mean?
So you never had a problem with pay, even though some
But,
people
well,
have.
all right. The bottom line is, if Paul Heyman owed me $50,000, that I would not give a shit, because I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for Paul Heyman helping my career.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I
fair
don't
enough.
care how much I would owe.
Awesome shit right there. You got another question, Chris?
ECW, like we all watched on Channel 48 in Philly, is nothing like what happened when WWE purchased it. Where did things go wrong? And if you were the booker for WWE ECW, what would you have done differently?
I'm not. First of all, I'm not a booker.
I'm not a booker, and my life just doesn't feel like, my brain just doesn't work like that. But every single one of us knew that it wasn't going to be what it was.
Even Tommy?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, lifeblood of ECW. I don't
No,
know.
I know, but him more than anybody. Tommy knows what they're gonna whore it for, whatever they want to whore it for, or however. And we all knew that there was a life expectancy on it. We didn't know how long it was, but they weren't giving us a chance for real life expectancy. But I mean, they put us over it a couple of times. Didn't all four of us like beat up Cena at one time? And I remember caning him freaking while he was in the.
You guys laid him out before
Sabu
pay-per-view.
put him through a table, but
Yes.
the table spot was the shits. That's what it was.
Yeah, you guys had a couple invasions where you went over.
Yeah,
and
so they
stuff
gave
like
us
that.
some things, but we never knew that. Well, put it this way.
You went over at WrestleMania, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. WrestleMania.
I mean, granted, it was versus the new breed, but
Yeah, dude, I did 2 spots and literally made $40,000. I did the leg drop on the leg drop. I went to the top rope and leg dropped Striker, and then I clotheslined Elijah Burke over the top rope. Bam!
paid 40 grand for leg drop.
All of us did.
Still probably complain.
All 8 of us did, because we were number 5 on the card. You know, that was the Trump one. You know what I mean? And there was 83,005 people.
Yeah,
Whatever,
that was
Ford Field.
That was the biggest drawing WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that
dude. So
time.
that was a huge payday.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in a match with 8 guys, and I got 40 G's.
Yeah.
You know, I think Van Dam probably got more.
He did, yeah.
Oh, he would go complain.
That's what I'm saying. He told me before he went and complained.
Yeah,
that he was
Van
like,
Dam has complained to like JR about his pay and got his pay changed.
All right. Next up here,
That's the reason why Nails punched fucking Vince McMahon in the face. Because he paid Nails $5,000 for a match, and he paid the boss man $25,000, and that's when the Nails punched him in the face.
Wow. Nails, he was a '90s guy.
There you go,
I'll
Hack.
show you
Pulling
a
that
picture.
one out of your
Good
ass.
pull with Nails right there.
We need a hack check on that one
Oh,
anyway.
Nails is right. He got fired. For
Oh,
it.
it was?
I don't know no snakes.
Okay, I'm telling you, it was really
Hack
Nails.
check live.
All right, you don't even. I'm gonna give your intro right here too. Okay, this is Rick, aka Heart Attack Rick, and since we've been doing the show, we've gotten a couple really awesome emails and people writing in and saying that the show's helped them through some tough times and everything. And Rick, where are you from? Mechanicsburg, PA. And Rick started listening to the show shortly after he had a heart attack. Rick, tell your story to people, man.
I woke up one morning.
Start out with you were fat and you were overweight.
Well, yeah,
Okay, start out with that then.
I'm getting there.
No, get right into it.
I weighed about 330 pounds, and then one morning I was a heavy smoker. I didn't drink though, luckily, because like drinking was like very heavy in my family, and a lot of people in my family died of heart attacks and everything. Like I had a very shitty like mid 2000s. Like I don't even want to talk about it. But before work one morning around 3:30 or so, I woke up in the middle of the night to take a piss, and then I went back to sleep, and then like out of nowhere I had a massive heart attack. My right coronary artery was all clogged up because of all the shitty food I ate.
Yeah, dude, I don't know about out of nowhere right here.
It's fine, man.
The message that you told
No,
us.
seriously, you know, you're weighing 350. You know what I'm saying? You're a heavy smoker. Thank God you weren't drinking. You might have actually died then if you were drinking too. You know what I mean?
If I was drinking too, I would not be here right
Yeah,
now.
dude, you make your own bed. That's
So
kinda just where my
since
head is.
then, I've been on a heart healthy diet, like just
Nice.
regular exercise, and I'm down to 265.
Oh yeah, let's give it up for Rick being here today.
Hell yeah.
No, so what are your doctors like? Do your doctors put like meat in your diet right now? Or
Yeah,
they
I'm
give
doing
you a
basically the
vegetarian
only.
diet or what?
I'm on a Mediterranean diet.
Okay.
Basically, the only meat
Well,
I eat,
fish.
well, fish and chicken.
Okay.
Basically, I eat the only kind of chicken I can eat is like grilled chicken or baked chicken.
Yeah,
I
get the fat off
Yeah,
of it, the
I
skin
gotta-
off
it's
of
like
it.
I can't have any of the skin or crap like that. I can eat pork a little bit, but not like fat. It's got to be like very lean.
It's the
cut.
other way, meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously though, the reason why I brought it up, how about the vegetables? Are they telling you to fucking
Yeah.
eat
Oh fuck yeah.
vegetables?
That's half my meal.
All right. Here's the thing. I think you don't. I don't agree with the vegetables because they're getting sprayed with so many fucking insecticides. Like, you can wash off broccoli, but you ain't washing off all those insecticides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are those porno vegetables? Insecticides?
You popped Mike so hard back there. The juvenile Mike who has the sense of humor of an 11-year-old, just like he pissed his pants back there. I could see it. Like he's
No, but now it's like
I think everyone was thinking. I don't know.
an apple. If I'm gonna give my grandkids an apple, I want to peel it first. You know what I mean? Or they like oranges, they like bananas, so I don't have to care about them. You know what I mean? But grapes, I don't want them eating grapes. There's just too many insecticides. And who decides?
you get the good enough.
Pesticides?
Yeah.
And who decides?
Rick, do you have a question for us today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have actually had 3 of them. That
Let
was
him
sitting
rip, man. Let him rip.
All right, here we go.
So, I was watching One Night Stand 2006. Like the moment your entrance before you came out and Kane Eugene, it looked like you knocked yourself out a little bit with one of your cans. Do you have any recollection
here we
when
go.
if you
I
knocked
was gonna say
yourself
if he
out?
did.
Ty, I think, Ty, is this the one where I come down and you and Pumpkin are in the balcony and
No.
I'm standing there? That's not this one?
No, so the original One Night Stand is you and Dreamer versus Dolly Boys. The second one at the Hammerstein Ballroom, you didn't wrestle. You came down and caned Eugene, who's on
From the third level?
Yeah, and
Alright.
you caned Eugene, who's supposedly on the spectrum.
Vince. Oh, I forgot about Vince telling me something after this match.
He's got a
So
touch.
that's what
He's
he
got a
said.
touch of the tism.
Right, so that's the part he's talking about. The segment where you caned.
All right. So this is what I think happened. The one of them, when I come down off the third level and I get down to the second level and I'm standing, there's a box and there's just a box of people right there and I'm holding on with one hand. As I'm going like this, I hit my head on the fucking concrete behind me as I was smashing the fucking beer can. And I dazed myself. I think I might have poured a big beer down a guy's throat like another level or so. Yeah, then I almost knocked myself out.
Okay. Well, that's a great
Do you
question. Rick.
have what Vince said to you after you?
Oh, so I kind of took it easy on the tart, but Vince is like, he's a big boy, hit him harder, don't ever do that again. He's like, swing the fucking cane.
All right, Rick, you got another question?
Yeah. And as far as your like wrestling gear, do you have any specific favorite that you always wore?
I don't know, something like this.
I don't know. Did you have like favorite like Zubat, like one of your Zubaz or jeans or any look in particular? The red, white, and blue.
Yeah, the funk out of the box pants. No, nothing.
No, they were corny, but I got them for a reason. I got them just so when they pulled Funk out of the box after they pulled AJ, what was it?
AJ.
Cactus. Shane.
No. He was a guy. He wrestled Larry Winters with black makeup on. Very early TWA. He was the first guy that we pulled out of the box. The only reason I got those pants was for me and Terry to wear them.
I got it, but no favorite attire in particular.
What about favorite Sandman shirts? Well, that answer's easy.
Well, this now,
Yeah.
but the other one is the Vince shirt.
Okay.
The Vince shirt.
You like that black and white silhouette, Vince, the WWE one?
Yeah, because I could be 109 years old and still look exactly like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
Any other questions? Rick?
Yeah. So the last question: who was your favorite wrestler to work with?
I don't really have a favorite. Sabu was so goddamn easy. Cactus was so easy because they just had offense, and you go out there literally with the finish, and you don't even know how long you're doing. I mean, Paul's not giving you anything. He's like, yo, you two guys go do what you do, and he would just leave it all into our hands, and it was just like the more offense somebody had, the way easier it was for me to just kick back and sell. Honestly, I love guys with a lot of offense. Because I don't want to do shit. I mean, what do I got? I got like a senton bomb, a Frankensteiner, and an elbow.
Yeah, left hand.
That's my whole offense.
A leg drop, a white Russian leg sweep, a DDT, a suplexing the table. You got a lot. You got a moveset.
Yeah, but I didn't say I wanted to do them during the match.
All right.
Oh, thank you, Rick.
Shit, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you for
coming
being here,
out.
too. Seriously.
Let's go, Rick. Give it up for
Hell
Rick.
yeah, Rick.
Heart attack, Rick. We got another question here.
Who are you?
Hey. My name is Mike from the shop here, from Philadelphia, PA. That's Pennsylvania. And I have a question.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Okay, so we were just talking about, like, the move set. You know the famous acid match?
Yes.
Okay, you know, what do you say? Here, lizard.
He might
So,
not.
in that match, how did the moves, like, how did that even, what? Give me a little something into
fucking
it.
front row in a fat lady's lap for the whole match. I did nothing in that match. Except get everybody high.
There was a few moves, right?
I don't remember.
Were you?
much.
Yeah. So no, that was just
All right. Here's real quick. The real story is, so me and Raven hadn't hung out in a while since he left ECW, like maybe a year before I ended up leaving. But both of our companies were in Cleveland on this one weekend, so me and Scotty went to hang out with each other on Thursday night. So ecstasy was huge right here, but I had never done ecstasy before. So we're in the bar in the fucking hotel, and Scotty's like, I remember this distinctly. He goes, well, these you could take 3 of. These, these yellow ones you can only take 2 of. And these you can only take 1 of. Well, I fucked up royally. I took 3 of the ones that I should have. And I had never taken ecstasy in my fucking life, dude. I was so fucking high for like 36 hours. I'm in the shower, half of them, just cold water. I couldn't lay on the bed. I couldn't fucking do a thing. I was so fucking high. So, I'm so high, I end up... I don't think my cane came with me, because back now I make people buy them before I show up there. But back in the day, you used to travel with them. But after 9/11, there was no... Dude, I used to go on... I used to have 4 of these. I used to bring on a plane 4 of these bundled together with big rubber bands. And I could walk right on the plane with them.
that looks like a huge pile of dynamite.
Yeah, well, whatever. But 9/11 changed everything. Wow. All right, so the airline loses my fucking cane. Raven ends up fucking this girl while I'm so high I can't even fucking move. He's doing her for like... Remember, we're in here Thursday. He doesn't got to do anything to do until Friday night, right around the corner.
Except fuck, apparently.
My shit was a little bit farther. So he leaves and he tells her to take care of me. So dude, I couldn't think about sex. I mean, that's supposed to be what the drug is. I'm so fucking high. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Low libido.
So I tell her to go through the yellow pages. Yes. The yellow fucking pages. We didn't have you gotta understand. We didn't have computers in our pockets in those days.
That's on your bingo card.
She goes through the fucking yellow pages and finds a fucking a store, like a Japanese fucking martial arts store. Not a store, just a dojo. So I had to go pay $100 the guy for his cane that he had. Going into I was so high talking to this guy, you have no idea. He's like little Mr. Miyagi right there. And I'm like, yo, dude, do you want to just like get in my hand and we'll make a deal? I was so high.
Did that answer your question, Mike, about
say,
the
what was the
acid
question
match?
again?
He asked about the acid
This is
match.
great. It gets better.
Yeah.
What match are we talking about again?
Remember, this was the beginning. So
you get the cane from Mini
yeah, I get him. I show up to the fucking show, and I'm late, but Paulie didn't really care about that. I showed up at like 7:45. Show starts at 8. Paulie's just putting the card together. Literally, he literally put a card together fucking that night. We would never advertise like real matches.
Card subject to change.
So I walk up, Paulie looks at me. I sit down like at a table like this in front of the side. He goes, I go to him, I'm like, Paul, I am high as fucking shit. He goes like this. You go see New Jack and get some fucking cocaine in your system right now. Swear to God.
What a work environment.
Swear to God.
Dude, at least he knows what's up.
Yeah. Let's just do some
Like,
of that.
hey, how am I going to get my guy to perform?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it is what
And
it is.
then
It used to be medical, so technically
I ended up buying the fucking acid that night from somebody at the show. Took acid that night and then rolled through the next day because we were in Pittsburgh the next day, and that's when I just dropped the bomb on it.
did you do so you did the cocaine first and then got the acid?
No, it was ecstasy
No, that
first.
was the cocaine,
Ecstasy, cocaine,
then fucking the acid.
and the acid. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what did
Cocaine's
they
an
give you?
drug.
Just a couple hits, or was it like just a couple hits of
I
acid?
don't know, because you gotta understand something. A couple hits is literally like
Could be nothing,
size
yeah.
of, like the quarter of this glass.
Yes, that's true. So you just took whatever and went in. Wow.
Water. It was like little pieces of bacon.
Yes, but it was nice. Like it worked.
Apparently.
Obviously, you saw the match.
Here, lizard.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I was
That's
freaking people out that night.
yeah. Well, that answered the question. I do have one more that I would like to ask, and I'll pass it off. But I have many questions. So, you have the barbed wire Santa hat, or Sandman hat that we made for
right,
him.
I like that.
Right,
Sandmanta.
Sandmanta. Yeah. And that's real barbed wire, everyone, just so you know. Yes, but I was going to say you're well versed in it. Now, what is the worst experience you had with barbed wire that you can recall?
Oh, he's showing off.
Is it right there? Is that the? Is it on this side?
Oh, there it is.
That one. That's the biggest.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they were all small. Well, you got to understand with this one. This should have had fucking stitches, but it was just. I'm not fucking having a match and then going to get stitches.
Yeah, no, I'm anti-stitch.
I'm not fixing
I
myself.
super glue it, and I've done.
Exactly what we did.
There you go.
Super
Glued it.
That was Sabu's thing. Sabu smarted us all up with super glue.
Wow, so that's the one. Now, real quick,
That
what
was
was that? How did that one happen? Was that?
Cactus match?
Cactus,
Yeah.
wow.
The cactus match, yeah, ripped across. I mean, you got to, I think.
I mean, shit happens.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I'm saying. And people are like, well, that's real fucking barbed wire.
And Sabu's where he gets cut from here to
Yeah, man.
And he's like, yo, go get me tape. And he's, yeah.
Tape's just fucking shit.
Oh, that's a man.
But Hack, explain
Unreal.
the difference.
Who, Terry? Or Sabu, you're saying?
Sabu.
Yeah, Sabu's a
Well,
fucking...
both.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Both of them legends. I'm right. You're right. You're right there with them in terms of just the legendary, the hardcoreness, the not giving a fuck. It's another level to that. And, a lot of people put...
Nowhere near Terry.
Well,
Well, they're both actually Terry's.
and I'm sure you wouldn't say that to about yourself, but the others think that, so we all really do. So let's give it up for fucking Hack one time. Let's go! Fuck yeah! Woo! All right, I'm gonna pass it off, but calm down, you. This fucking kid's been poking me the whole time. I'm not having. He's real. I mean, honestly, probably he's a little fucking
Pass
weird.
the mic, Mike.
Yeah.
He's a
Okay.
little weird.
Yeah.
Pass
This
it.
is going off.
Mike,
So.
Guy in the Phillies hat. Guy in the Phillies
you,
hat
Matt.
right there. He's got a question. What's your name, bud? In the hoodie and the Phillies hat, right here. Jay, right here. You got a question?
there we go.
What's your name?
Rory
Stand
from
up. Pop up.
Rory from Broomall.
All right, there we go. Hometown.
There we go.
Sounds like a setup.
I know you're a history buff, so I was wondering which historical figure do you think would make the best wrestler?
Oh, historical figure would make the best wrestler throughout all of history.
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson. Wow. Okay.
Why do we say that?
Because he was a badass, dude. If you know your presidents, I know my presidents. Andrew Jackson was a badass.
Okay, he would have been a heel though, right? I mean,
Total heel.
yeah, total heel.
He was
Okay.
Trump.
Okay, yeah, total heel. Okay, all right. That's it. Any other questions?
Anything else you
Any
got,
other
bro?
questions, Rory? About no? Okay.
All right.
What's your name, bro?
Angel from Camden, New Jersey.
Angel, man, awesome.
From Camden, nice.
Yeah. So, Sandman, quick question. Out of all your years of wrestling, whether ECW, WWE, who was your favorite person to hit with that cane?
Oh.
Taz.
I was gonna say.
That's hilarious.
I mean, dude, do we have any? How many times have you actually interacted with Taz and hit him
Not
with
many.
the cane?
You had the one with your knee was hurt.
Dude,
You
I
choked
fucking
out.
I had the knee surgery in Salt Lake City in the morning. Flew with Punkin back to Philadelphia. Went to right by the Plymouth Meeting Mall and got choked out by Taz that night with Todd Gordon at the Lulu Temple.
Oh wow! All right. Chris Moore. Yeah, sure.
So I feel like after you like brought that in as far as like the Singapore cane, I feel like it's been kind of like something that's been normalized in wrestling. What are your thoughts just on that? Because I feel like me personally growing up on watching you and watching the rest of wrestling, it seems like now that's almost like pulling out a steel chair. So I feel like to some degree it's like you haven't been given the credit.
Flattery. It is.
Well, you're saying it's a little too cliche, or you I mean, what, is that what you're saying?
I feel like it's cliche because I know just from watching, people don't swing that thing like how you used to.
Hack was up
Yeah,
there, up to the
yeah.
plate. Like,
Or it's
Yeah.
not, like it's not doing it justice, or it's
Right.
giving less meaning to it.
And it's that there's definitely not the same kind of spots.
The
By no
girls,
means.
I mean, the girls is fucking a joke. The way they swing that cane, it really is a joke.
you want to
It's
see
like
some,
Nia swinging a chair in like the
I mean,
last-
dude,
God,
I haven't,
that was
which
awful.
was horrible.
dude, I haven't seen,
know what I mean?
I haven't seen many men. Shout out to 50 Cent. Swing that thing
Like whale
like
somebody.
you know. So
Yeah, it's not. As a fan, it's not even remotely close.
Dude, people don't know how to use it.
Right.
Dude,
Right.
it's the same way people fumble with chairs right now.
Tables?
Tables, that's what I meant.
yeah, don't know how to set up a
Oh
table.
my
The legs
God,
fall
people
underneath them.
fumble
Like
with tables. I'm like, seriously? Get a clue. Especially during what was the cage one where people were
War
coming
Games.
in? Yeah, war games. How many times was there a problem getting a freaking table into the ring? I'm like, come on, people. You can't put the table in this way, that going in, because
Legs
the
on the
legs
bottom.
will fall down and stop you right there. It's just little stupid like shit, but they do it, but people don't know how to do it. It's like the girls in that match that we're talking about had a lot of good spots that were set up, but they just didn't know how to use the chairs in the right way. Like when Nia was in the corner with the chair around her head, and then it falls
Bailey
off, and
and all-
she's got to pick it up.
toilet
and
seat
put
you're
it
talking
over her head
about.
again.
yeah.
You know what I mean? The spots had there were some good spots, but the execution was the shit.
That's a great question. Any other questions, brother?
Well, more so of a comment. I thought that your storyline with Raven back in the day is one of the most like over stories. I know for me personally, because I remember at the time I was like 8 or 7 years old. So the story for me was like super, super impressionable. Like I remember like going to school and people were like, "Oh, you see what's going on in WWF?" I'm like, "Man, I don't give a shit about that. I'm watching what's going on with Sandman and Raven." And it was just like every weekend, it was just like some good stuff going on there. So
Yeah, Ty carried.
I was gonna say the one I
Yeah,
carried
yeah.
somewhere in '96.
I
Yeah.
had to say it before he did. I knew that's where it was going.
No, absolutely.
It was some good shit, man.
That was a legendary feud, and
was
anything
some very
hitting
good
on
stuff.
home.
Nothing ever done like that before.
No, nothing at all.
You want to? Did you
Quick
tell?
story. So we're in like not like Reading, somewhere like around Reading, Lancaster, or whatever. And I come into the building. Me, Todd, my wife, Ty was with me. Kelly was with me. And we show up at the building. Todd goes in before me. I walk into the building afterwards, and Todd's sitting next to Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman jumps right up and he goes, "I just met with Macaulay Culkin this weekend. We're going to use him in an angle with you, and he's going to be your son." I said, "Paul, we have that kid right out in the van." He goes, "Okay, we'll use him." I swear to God. It was that. And Todd's just sitting there being like, "Come on, Paul, seriously?"
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Home Alone was like on fire back then, like straight fire.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to go to ECW.
Yeah, right.
He ended up doing something at wrestling, though, didn't he?
He's a big
eventually?
wrestling fan.
Yeah,
he's a big
some in
wrestling fan.
WWE
Yeah.
at some point. Good
That's
questions.
Great questions, man. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming out. You got more one? You got another one?
Gunky actually has a question.
Gunky,
All right, Gunk.
I got a question.
Hold on.
We know, Mike. We know.
Here comes Oliver back. He's all.
Yeah.
He's ripped. He's ripped. Yo,
I got a quick one. Nice and quick. Yeah. Oh, he knows what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what is the best weed you ever smoked, and where was it at?
That's a great question.
Right here in Suplex Vintage
Are
Wrestling.
you trying to get him to say something?
yeah.
Wait, you don't have one memorable... Give me the mic, you fuck. You don't have one memorable pot experience anywhere?
Dude, I've been smoking pot
I
since
know.
9th grade.
But not even
And
one
that was
from back
straight
then?
Dirt right then. You could literally have wrapped up some weeds that you could get outside your store right now, and I was smoking that in fucking 1980.
Okay. I thought it could be a long shot.
Nah,
Yeah.
maybe just because you got to understand, there's like 87,000 strains of pot. Right
Yeah,
now.
it's hard to even pinpoint.
But
now.
when they first started to come out, White Widow was one of the ones.
There you go. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Hell yeah.
Shout out White Widow.
90s fucking big old, there you go.
like White
Because they
Widow
were
was
probably
the first
giving you,
thing.
like, people were probably always giving
And
you,
the
like.
crystals were all white.
Yes.
Shit too.
Because I remember that one time you seen the pot and you were like, this is the green weed I like. And I'm like, there we are. We have that. So,
Thanks,
yeah.
Mike.
Shout out, Sandman.
Thanks, Mike. Gunky, man.
All right, go back down to
Mike.
the store.
All right, I got a question. I feel like you have like a lot. Like you're one of the most iconic ECW wrestlers of all time. But you have a lot of like weird moments in your career, right? Like that some people might not remember. Like for instance, your hardcore hack in WCW. I mean, you start off with the surfer gimmick, but you touched on it.
Dude, he just jumped from hardcore hack 2000 to the surfer gimmick 91.
Yeah, he did.
We do
a lot of wild eras in your history as a wrestler. But you touched on it earlier. You were on Raw in like 2005, 2006, and like I was growing up, I was watching that. I was so hyped when you got to Raw. What was that like? You touched on it a little bit. How much you hated it. But like you were like rubbing shoulders with like John Cena and like some of these guys that are like, you know what I mean, like mega stars and like, you know, movie stars. Like, what was it like traveling with those guys? I know you've been traveling with a lot of different guys at that point in your career. I mean, you were a veteran at that point.
I hated it. All right. Mark Carano is the guy that would call you. Okay, so let's go back to a little bit before 2006. This guy Mark Carano calls me because I've had the same phone number since like 1994. Carano calls me and says he's going to bring some guys into the fucking WWE. And then I fucking called Dreamer, and then Dreamer's like, well, yeah, they're serious.
Didn't you hang up on him at first?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, he called him and said, yo, we need you for WWE. And Hack was like, yeah, fuck off.
I
Hung
was
up
like,
on
yeah,
him.
because I didn't believe him. I know because they always came from like I want to say a 302 number, like the Connecticut number exchange. That's right, I hung up on him.
He called back and he's like,
Dreamer ends up, and then Dreamer ends up saying, yeah, they want to bring us in. And then, okay, so you're talking about Raw. I was fucking, first of all, I'm not happy in the company anyway because Van Dam ends up getting his title pulled from him because he was smoking pot with Sabu. Sabu's on his fucking way out. Balls Mahoney's on his fucking way out. You know what I mean? So Mark Carano calls me at, I don't know, I think it was maybe a couple weeks after me and the Big Show had a match. There was the draft. That's what
I remember that night. I was so hyped.
Was the draft.
I was
didn't know
so
what the
excited.
fucking draft was. Mark Carano calls me and he goes, yo, you've been drafted to fucking Raw.
It's almost like a fever dream seeing you like with the like it was so surreal, but it was like as a kid I was like fuck yeah, like I get to see like Sandman on Monday nights now, like.
So I don't know what the draft is. So I think this guy's calling me. I hang up on him again. He fucking calls me back. He goes, Hack, no, there's actually a draft. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he explained the draft because I wasn't watching their fucking show. I didn't care about the fucking show.
He wasn't watching.
I
the
wasn't
show he was
watching
on
my
at
own
all.
show. I wasn't watching SmackDown or whatever I was on or whatever.
ECW
I didn't watch
on
fucking
Sci-Fi.
any of it. So he's like, yeah, you're drafted. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. He's like, what? I'm like, no, I don't want to go. He's like, why? I'm like, because I don't really know anybody there, and you know it's going to be a shit show. Because Marco knew who I was. Like, he was like, I'm not somebody that's going to put up with anybody's shit. I'm not going to be somebody that's going to lie to your face with a smile on it and stuff. He knew I was just hack. So, and he knew it was only a matter of time. And it was a matter of time until I got fired on after the African tour. I was like, I'm done with this.
Oh, the Africa
We
tour.
told that on a recent show. That was quite
if
a
you want to hear about the Africa tour,
You
that's
a little party in a hot tub with Cena and.
Yeah, but I hated it being at Raw. I fucking hated it. There was so. Well, you gotta understand something, dude. There's a lot of money spots out there for so many minimum amount of people. You got 30 minions running around trying to talk to 6 different writers that have never written a wrestling show ever, that have only worked on like sitcoms and dramas and shit like that. That's how bad it was right then. Yeah. Every single one of them had nothing to do with wrestling backgrounds. And then all these 30 people are like trying to get in their ears and shit like that. It's just busy fucking noise of lies.
And I got one more. I know you touched on New Jack a little earlier. He's one of my all-time favorites. Rest in peace, New Jack. Do you have any good like New Jack stories? I know.
Yeah, the fucking 154th Street, going up like 3 levels, peeking through the door. The guy sends the drugs out. The other one, we were in like Detroit or. Another one of those smaller towns that was Gary, Indiana. It might have been.
Freddie Gibbs?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out MJ.
Yeah, going out on the street, a guy sells New Jack, bad fucking. Me and New Jack are in a rent-a-car. The guy fucking, New Jack, we bought like an 8-ball or whatever. And I'm getting ready to pull away, and New Jack's, no, sit right the fuck here. So he's watching where the guy that sold the dope to us, to what house he went in. Then he opens up the fucking dope and sees it's like soap or something like that. He's like, back the fuck up. I'm like, Jack, we got beat. Who cares? Let's just go to the next guy. He's like, no, motherfucker. Jack went up to his house, kicked the fucking guy's door in, pulled him out, beat the shit out of him on the fucking front porch, and then yelled down the street to the real drug dealers that are right here. And yelled, this motherfucker's selling fake shit in your fucking neighborhood right next to where you motherfuckers are.
Wow.
But that's straight shit. I mean, the guys, and that was just to get that guy shit beat up even more. You know what I mean? Because as soon as we fucking roll, they're going to beat that motherfucker up for trying to sell soap to people on their corner. Their corner means everything. You know what I mean? That fucking corner's gold.
New Jack didn't play. All right.
That's safe to say.
Yeah.
All right, Gonky, shout out.
All right, yeah, thanks. Another member of the store here has a question. J.A.
Where's your pamphlet at?
Yeah, where's your homework, motherfucker?
You guys
got a binder here?
You guys all. You guys said 1 or 2 questions, so I figured I would just come, with the memory.
Go to the library real quick and print some out.
What about?
The library got him. The library got him. The library got him.
I do have my library card.
Thank you.
J.A.
All right, so I'd love to hear a story or two about what was going on in XPW when you spent a little time over there on the West Coast. We've heard so many weird things about that place.
The biggest thing about XPW was Jack trying to kill Vic Grimes, throwing him off a 45-foot scaffold. And besides that, it was dressing in fucking locker rooms with fucking porn stars that, just walk around naked like it's like nothing.
Any more on the porn stars?
You creep.
Go back to the library for that.
He's hard.
I never walked into their locker room. They would come into my locker room. Because the way the stadium was set up there, fucking they had all these locker rooms that were like around half the stadium on the inside circle.
Was that L.A.?
Yeah.
And Philly. They did a little run in Philly in 2003 as well.
Pogo
at
to
the
Clown.
arena,
Him and Hack had a little run.
Yeah.
Pogo to Clown.
Yeah, I carried him.
That'd be hard.
I don't even. Oh, dude, I know. Oh my God, he was stiff as fuck. Now, oh my God, he would hit you with a shovel like he really wanted to fucking kill you.
Yeah, Kevin Thorne.
And then like cover you fucking with dirt. Kevin Thorne style.
Great question, Jay.
And then for my second question, I'll just keep it down to two. We all have our own opinions of who your greatest rival was, whether it was Mick Foley or Raven. Who do you think your greatest rival was?
It would have to. Just because of the angle part of it, I guess it would have to be Scotty.
Okay. No, Scotty is Raven. Raven. Yeah, Scotty too hotty. Yo, kick him out. He's out. Kick him out. Mike, he just dropped Scotty too hotty.
Listen, we were all a fan of the Worm,
Yeah, we
weren't
love the
we?
Worm.
You know? Listen, yeah.
Raven slept at J.A.'s house once, and his mom had a crush on Raven.
Oh. Did Scotty hit?
Scotty did used to live on South Street.
10th
He's
and
like,
South.
yeah, I know. I used
10th
to
and
put a
South,
cup to the
Scotty
fucking
lived
door
at.
and listen, my mom get fucking raped.
He slept in the bunk. He slept in the bunk beds. Just saying.
Not even close. Not even
Slept in the bunk.
Oh, Dad, he used to do that.
Anybody else have any other questions?
We got a couple here. Yeah.
You got another question? Yeah.
Jerome, right? Yes. Hell yeah.
I just want to hear some fucking music right now after you say Jerome. Do the bird. That's what makes me want to hear Do the Bird. Jerome?
Someone put it on.
Hold on, give your question.
I do have a request. That kennel
I'm
stick.
not blowing you.
No. Well, not that. I
I think that's after the Q&A.
Yeah, that's a lot more.
You got to pay extra for that one.
Wasn't included. That's not the special treat.
Well,
Jerome,
well,
question.
Request here.
the request that kennel stick made no what? No, I was going to ask, can you your hardest shot to the back shot? No.
No, the funny thing is for as long as I've known him and for as many signing signature shows I've ever been to, he's probably been asked thousands and thousands of times to hit somebody. Not once ever has. Hell yeah. It literally is not you.
There's too much liability at this
It's
point
literally
in
not
life.
you. I've seen thousands of people ask him to hit him with the cane, and not once. Not once. So don't take it some sort of way, but it's
See,
just not
you should
like,
ask for the blowjob.
every man's got his price, I guess.
Oh my God! I don't know.
Jerome, you good?
I love it.
Oh wait, Chris, you got another question?
That's for you.
Go.
Oh, just hit him right in the chest with that.
I did have a question.
Yeah, where's Gonky?
If you two questions.
Hold on, Chris.
Quiet.
Two questions. If you are giving away the cane, I would love it. And second, you talked about the only having a few moves.
Right,
And most
you can't
wrestlers.
start with if you're giving the cane away.
Well, you gave it away to him. I'm just saying, you gave it away.
Yeah.
We got him for sale.
Chill.
SuplexVintage.com.
Yeah, $33.99 here.
No,
A couple more.
No, seriously. I was when you and I chatted earlier. You asked me who my favorite wrestler was, and I retorted my favorite wrestler, my favorite entertainer. And I've come to delineate between the entertainers who have a select few moves.
Did you get delineate off the calendar?
No, I didn't. But I was just curious to your opinion. What's more important in today's
Entertainer.
and all the flips and suicides or dives?
AEW, WWE. Everybody can do all the flips and bumps, whatever. Even the guys in the WWE can do it, but they don't have to.
Well, that was my question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Him, everyone. I mean, this guy can't work his way out of a paper bag, but
a wet one.
I disagree.
Man's over. You know, as you said, entertainment value, everything.
That's why you're looking for the best entrance in the business ever.
So you don't have to work.
It's all downhill after that.
Right.
But it's pretty hot for the first 5 minutes
Then
and
the
20
bell rang.
seconds.
Then the
Right.
bell rang.
Right.
You got another question, man?
I was going to request if I can get that signed candlestick.
Oh my God! Everybody here's
Everybody, we got to
gifts.
talk to Mike about
What?
that one here.
Do you have any other questions?
But yeah, I do got to.
Yeah, cool.
You gotta love him. Even after I fuck with him for saying it, he starts out.
He still asks.
Yeah.
What do you have
Tosh,
a question?
Are you? I thought you were going to start with, I'm in with the cane, too.
No. I don't need anything like that. Any question?
As much as we all love the classic ECW and everything and all the wrestlers within that roster, so let's say if the company was still running to this day, which superstar from that roster would you give a push to?
And we're saying they're all in like a physical form to be competing?
Yes, like in their prime.
From ECW?
Yes.
I mean, for me personally, I think a guy like Sabu in this generation would still be. RVD would translate in any generation. People that we talk about on the show that we love all the time, like Kid Cash and Guido, Chris Candido. Chris Candido, no gimmicks needed. Like I think he'd be thriving right now. Absolutely.
My pick, Steve Carino.
Steve Carino, Stevie Richards. I mean, Ty. Justin.
He's a fat shit right now. He is. He was a short order cook done.
Do you got anybody, Ty, that you're thinking of?
He looks like Norm from Cheers right now.
Carino's a very good call. I
Great
mean,
call.
his mic work and his in-ring work. I mean, Matt's very well. You could push him to the moon. Sabu's a no-brainer. I've often said that he's the most innovative wrestler that I think I've ever seen, and doesn't really get credit for it. There's a lot of guys out there.
Franny would kill it as a valet in this generation. Francine. Oh, Raven would be any generation, absolutely. Oh yeah, so there you go. A little fantasy booking. Hack, anybody?
He was the original Wyatt, if you think about it. Raven's flock. I mean,
Anybody come
I've
to
been
your
part
mind?
of it.
Hack.
No, me's just like a dark horse. I mean, you guys said like fucking everybody, but me as a dark horse would have been like Chris Chetty.
Chris Chetty, very underrated there. Okay.
Nice.
Because he smacked you around, or her?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, because he pimp smacked you on the mat.
Oh, Chris Chetty's a freaking. All right, here we go. I think we're in Detroit. Have I been to Detroit a couple times?
I think
tonight?
every story starts with, I think we're in Detroit.
Yeah, he has no idea.
I know, and I didn't know Chris Chetty was like a college fucking wrestling champion. So I'm like, I didn't believe it. I thought the other guys were working me. So I don't even know if we were in the ring. I think we might have been in the locker room. He literally had me pinned in like 8 seconds.
Yeah, Hack.
I was straight.
You challenged him for $500, and he whooped your ass. That's what the dirt sheet says.
Hopefully, I didn't pay him off.
we got one more question here, I think, for Suplex here. You guys got one more question?
So introduce yourself and where you're from. What's your name and where you're from? Full name.
This is John Carson from Philadelphia.
Okay.
I would.
All right,
Johnny Carson.
Thank you, guys. Take it from there.
There you go.
Johnny Carson.
I would like to know who could drink more, Stone Cold or you, Sandman?
Hack.
Come on.
Oh, ain't even a.
There's no chance you can drink.
Wow, there we go.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Fired.
And if you had a match against him, who would think it would win? Would you beat him or you would?
No, I'd put him over with the stunner.
There you go. Humble man.
Oh, you would take a stunner like shit too.
Yeah, you look like Vince.
Take that stunner so limp like shit.
Oh, dude, I do the Van Dam pop-up. Maybe like
Or
a
the Scott
backflip.
Hall jump up after he got the stun.
Well, guys, this has been an absolutely fantastic opportunity. The shirts are out, and they are so hot. So if there's any stock left, go online, suplexvintagewrestling.com. We will throw up a link if there's any stock left over. Hack, I'm going to throw it to you for our usual Cane of the Week and Toast of the Week before we wrap here. Do you have anything you want to give a Toast of the Week to here today?
No, just the store.
Just Suplex Vintage Wrestling gets the toast of the week. And what about a cane of the week, eh? Suplex Vintage Wrestling. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
That's right. No cane of the week. All right, guys. So be sure to check out the podcast, like, share, review, subscribe to the show.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. You guys were all awesome, and we're about to have some fun and drink and enjoy some good times here. So let's go.
Peace.
Peace.
Say peace.